Namaste. Welcome to Telugu Prajala Mana Sakshi TV. I am Swarna. Vastu and Graha Sastra showki Swagatam Suswagatam. Today we are going to discuss about Vastu for elderly care. To discuss that, we are back with our leading astrologer and expert, Dr.Dipika Sanghi Gupta. Namaste Deepika ji. How are you and welcome to the show?
Namaste Swarna ji, I am good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. So before we begin the show, if you would like to reach out to Deepika ji, you can reach out to Om Holistic Healing Set 732-979-2080. Without any further delay, let's start our show. So today's topic is Vastu for elderly care. So Deepika ji, I always feel like taking care of elders is a very big responsibility and lot of work. It's just not in the health. I feel like it's like balancing their emotions, happiness, and mental peace. Their health also comes in that. So I really want to know the first best tip you can think about how we can help them in the house through Vastu, like how we can keep them overall happy in the house.
See, first of all, I like that thing that yes, whatever you said right now, that not only the physical health, but we have to take care of the mental and emotional health also of the elderly people. It is always said that, the elders just become like the children. So they, becomes at times cranky. Sometimes they need that they should be pampered. And moreover, what I have seen is that they need that the love and respect, especially the respect factor, from they expect that thing from their children and family and friends. So the first thing which I would like to say is that if you have elderly in the home, then try to keep them more in the northeast side of the house, because see, I've always spoken about this thing that Vastu and Ayurveda and astrology, they all are interconnected. So just like a body, a home is also made of all the five elements. And when, people become, they come into old age, then obviously the liquid, the kapha pravati in them tries become dry. That is why we have the wrinkles on the skin. The kapha pravati, the Ayurveda has three things. Okay. So it's a vata, pitta and kapha. So the kapha pravati, which is called phalgam in the English also, so that keeps your nourishment to the skin. So when the kapha started drying, then it brings the wrinkles on the face and on hands and everywhere. So the northeast is the direction where they have that balance in them. And once the kapha is balanced in the body, then emotionally and mentally also the person becomes more stable and more balanced. So for the elderly, I would say, especially 60 plus people, they can stay in the northeast of the house.
Okay. Not just that, Deepika ji. I mean, I heard something like Southwest elevates their health. So that is the only place, do you think, which will give them the good health?
No, it's not that. See, actually, the concept of living has changed when the Vastu was written. Earlier, it was one family member used to earn and everybody used to eat. The ladies were not going out to earn. And then there used to be the joint families where the father becomes the head of the family, and then he might be having 2, 3, or 4 sons, and they all are earning, and then they used to follow their father's footsteps, right? So whatever the father's business, they used to take that legacy with them, and then they will work, and then their children. So it used to be like, generation to generation, the business used to get shifted, the work used to get shifted, right? So now the things have changed. If the father is a doctor, it is not a guarantee that the son will also become a doctor. Or if the father is doing some business, maybe the son is going into the IT sector, right? So that is why, at that time when the Vastu was written, the concept was something else. Now the concept is something else. So Southwest is actually not the zone of the head of the family. It is a zone of the working people. So when when you get old, then you are retired from your work and retired from the family responsibilities too. So there is no need of elderly people to stay in the Southwest. They can definitely shift to the place which will give them more of mental peace and mental health and happiness. Because see, everything comes from the stress, right? So if the elderly people, they are happy, they are enjoying their life, then they don't feel that stress in the body, and obviously this will give them a better physical position or physical health too.
Deepika ji, you have mentioned which direction is good and which direction is good for the people who are working and making money and all. So I want to know, is there anything specific do you suggest? We keep certain things in the house the way according to the Vastu, which is going to give us the good benefit. So do you say anything about keeping something in the house for elderly care, especially to keep them happy, anything in the house, not to change or move at all? What do you think if there is anything like that?
See, usually elderly, and if I talk about the Asian community, they are very happy with the God's pictures, God's
Yes,
idols, right?
yes,
They become very happy with that. So I would say that you can keep, but don't keep here and there. Definitely, we have to make a temple in the house or a mandir, a small mandir, which can be helpful to them so that they can walk and then, they can do their daily rituals too. Like if I talk about the houses here in US, then if let's say the son and the daughter-in-law is living upstairs and the elderly are downstairs, then obviously you have to make a temple, small temple downstairs too, because they cannot climb up and then do their daily rituals, right? So
yes.
similarly, if I talk, first of all, there should not be very sharp objects or paintings related to the sharp object should be put in the house for the elderly. And the second thing is that the make a small mandir as per the Vastu also, which can be helpful and beneficial to them. So because this gives them a lot of mental peace, and this mental peace definitely gives them a better health.
Okay. Deepika ji, like a Vastu dosh, that makes like children or daughter-in-law in the house disrespect the elders.
Yes, if some zones are disturbed, then definitely the elders are not respected in that house. Sometimes we see that there are two or three brothers, and then parents usually feel more satisfied living with one, son and daughter-in-law rather than the other one. Or sometimes we see that elders are so much attached to only one son or one daughter-in-law. So there are the zones, which if afflicted, then definitely there is some difference between the elderly people and the daughter-in-law or son-in-law. Sometimes we see that one son do a lot, but he is never acknowledged. The other son does not do anything, but still a lot of acknowledgement and love is showered on the other son, right? So this is something very common things which I hear from the families, that though he does not do anything, one family might be complaining that though he does not do anything, still my in-laws are so much attached to him, and still all the love is showered on that person. And we do everything, still there is no acknowledgement. So the zones which we have to take care of is, first of all, southern side of southeast, then southwest, it should also be good, then the eastern side should be good, then the northwest side should also be good. And see, the mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, that question for if there is some problems over there, then definitely the northwest and the southeast should be balanced.
So if we have to give any specific room, which direction do you think we should give to the elders?
First of all, northeast is very good. They can be kept in the east also, so that they should have more of their social life, because see, no work makes the jag a dull boy, right? So if you are indulged in something, though it can be that walking with your friends in the park in evening, that also gives you a lot of zing in the life. Like let's say if the elderly people, they are totally retired, but they know that okay, in the evening I have to dress up, I have to go out with my friends to have a walk in the park, and then I'll be back. Then they are tired, they sleep better, so they have something to do, right? So if there is no work, that also makes people dull, right? So east is also a good direction where they can have a lot of friends in their life. They can hang out with them, they can go to different places with them, and that also gives them a happiness and a peace kind of thing. And then the southern side of the house, that is also good, because that is a zone of relaxation which the elderly people need in their life, right? So that the south is actually the zone of all mental peace, and then relaxation, and then getting the respect also, so that which they need. So the southern side is also good, and then the western side is also okay. So they can live in any of these directions. It also depends, like before giving them the room, it depends what the family culture is, then what the family bonding is. According to that, also, I prescribe the rooms for the elderly people.
Deepka ji, if there is we are in US and not many options when it comes to the directions, they have
Hmm.
specific rooms. So, but if we still need to pick a safer side, safer direction for the adults.
If the people are elderly people like above 60 plus, they can be in the southwest, northeast. If 65 plus, then they can definitely be northeast.
Okay. Northeast is the best, one of the best directions you're saying. So, what about their emotions, Deepka ji? Like how we can keep them? Some parents are like very happy. They always feel like their life is full. But there are some parents who always complain, that whether their financial situation is not good or kids are not giving respect, or maybe it's not that they're not getting enough, but I would say like they're not getting what they wanted. If certain things are there, like how can we keep them emotionally happy? Even though you give respect, if they're not feeling happy, is there anything we can do?
First of all, check their sleeping position. If the elderly people are not happy, then might be that their sleeping position is not right. And according to my experience, in 80% cases, I have seen the sleeping position is not right. Either they are sleeping in the eastern side of southeast, or in the southern side of southwest, or in the western side of northwest. If they are in these zones, then whatever you do for them, they will never feel happy. They will always keep complaining, they will always be cribbing. And then, as I said earlier, that elderly people usually behave like children. At one point they become like children only. So if they have this thing, then definitely they might be sleeping in these zones, or their head is not in the eastern or the southern side. So check the room, check their bed position. These two things, if perfect, then usually the elderly people are very, very happy in the home. They get the their good amount of respect, love, care, and then they have a happy and a peaceful life.
Usually, when we talk about the elders, they have certain things they usually want, like the books, their documents, gold or any asset related pictures or everything.
Hmm.
So, like when it comes to the religious books, where they use, like some people might read like Bhagavad Gita or Krishna Puran, something. So, what is the best direction to keep those?
So the best direction to keep those books is northeast only. That's why for elderly people, we usually say that the northeast room is good, because northeast is again one of the best direction to make your mandir. The northeast is the best direction to keep your books. And again, the northeast is a kaf pravati direction, which is very good for the elderly people, because kaf, lubricants your body. So just like in a car, you need a lubricant. Similarly, the kaf is again, according to the Ayurveda, which gives lubricant to your house. So Northeast provides that lubrication. So once elderly people shift over there, they find that lubricant in their mental and physical health both. So Northeast is, that's why, given as the best direction.
So, if at all they have to avoid any direction, what direction they should avoid? We should make sure, like, even though they cannot stay in the northeast direction, still any one direction they should not go there. What is that direction, Nitya?
See, there are three, four directions. First of all, sometimes you might have seen, though the person has retired, but still they are very active according to the work. And sometimes they keep on interfering. So the other person who is actually active in the work feels that it is creating a disturbance kind of a thing. Or sometimes the elderly people become so hyperactive that it is, difficult to channelize their energy, right? So for all that things, there are three, four directions which should be definitely avoided. First one is western side of northwest. In the northwest direction, don't keep them more towards the western side. Then if we talk about the southwest direction, don't keep them more towards the south. If we talk about the southeast direction, then don't keep them more towards the east. And one more direction is north. Avoid that also, because if elderly people are in north, then they keep on looking for the opportunities to get money, name, fame, and then they become very hyperactive over there.
What about when it comes to money, jewelry, or like a document, like about like related to assets? Where should they keep these, Deepkaji?
Okay, so first of all, check in their room. The best is southwest direction. The second best is the western side of southwest. So overall, the southwest direction, from southwest to west, they can keep it anywhere, because the elderly people are very much attached to whatever legacy they are carrying, right? So they should not feel insecure also. So it is good to keep all these things over there.
So then what about the medicines, like the medical reports or prescriptions, whatever they get, like health related stuff? Where should they keep it?
So for the health related, see, the again northeast is the best direction, especially the northern side of northeast is a very good direction. It is the direction of Lord Dhanvantri. So Dhanvantri was Lord Dhanvantri was like when there was Samudra Manthan held, the churning of the ocean held between the Devtas and the Danavs. So Lord Dhanvantri came out, with a golden pot in his hand, which was carrying the nectar, the Amrit. So Lord Dhanvantri is actually in the Ayurveda, or in the Indian mythology, it is considered as the doctor of all the gods. So northeast is again that direction. So always keep the medicines there. It is said in the Vastu that if the medicines are kept in the northeast, then automatically, they keep on getting that positive vibes. So to have those, to bring those positive vibes to the medicine, the northern side of the northeast is a very good direction.
So Deepkaji, you just said like the Dhanvantri, the god who's like a god for doctors, god, like I should say. I mean, I never saw anywhere his picture. Like, just like how people keep the gods' photos. I never saw any of pictures. So, do you think if we can find somewhere, you suggest people to keep it in the room, like in the house?
No. See, some gods are not worshipped in the temple or in the mandir. Like you might have heard about Kuber also. So Kuber is considered as the god of wealth, but not to be worshipped. Then Indra, the king of the Swarg, right? So, but again, he is not worshipped at all. So some gods we don't have to worship. See, according to we have such a vast, culture of Indian thing, that there are many types of god. So that is why it is said that Tetis Koti Devata. It is not that 33 crore, it is Tetis Koti, means 33 types of gods we have. So just like a government department works, like if you go to any government department, right? So you have like one president, one prime minister, then you have IAS officers, then IPS officers looking. So everybody has their own department, right? So, but you cannot write, if you have some problems, then you write it to the prime minister thing, right? Like you address to the prime minister, then prime minister will direct which department it has to go, right? So similarly, in the Indian thing also, we have 33 types of devta. So, but we approach to the Almighty always. It can be Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, and then they direct. Then that is their thing where they have to direct that, okay, this problem has to be sorted out by him. But we cannot approach them directly. Like in India, you don't approach directly to the IAS officers, right? Any particular government department not listening, then you write a letter to Prime Minister, right? But you cannot write to an IAS officer that I know this is your job, you do it. So similarly in the Indian thing, so it is such a managed thing in our mythology and everything that every department is assigned. So we cannot pray to Lord Dhanvantri directly.
Okay, so if we cannot keep his picture or anything, so what are which god picture they can keep in the room, or any painting do you suggest for them?
Okay, so first of all, paintings which are giving the good messages, that would be good. I never suggest to put the gods posters or pictures here and there. I have been telling this every now and then on the show, because, there are some energies and then we cannot put them like that here and there. The god is the supreme power, the supreme energy, the symbol of purity, right? So we cannot keep them here and there. So some places in the house are not that good places. If you see, we all have heard about the Ramayana, that when the Kekai was in anger, she went to the Kop Bhavan, right? So Ko-Bhavan was made in the house to, release that negative energies. So similarly, every house has that corners where it is considered to keep the garbage or to release your negative energy. So if we keep the God's pictures here and there, then somehow we disbalance the energies.
So, Deepika ji, in the previous one of the previous episodes, we talked about the colors, and I still remember how much colors can impact our
Hmm.
mindset, our emotions,
Yeah.
our relations, and everything.
Hmm.
So, keep the good relation between the in-laws or the parents and the
Hmm.
kids. What is the best color do you suggest? Like, not just that. Like, I want to know what can we do in the elders' room, like any specific wall paints or any curtain colors, like even the
Hmm.
best colors, everything,
Hmm.
whatever,
Hmm.
like we can decorate the room with.
Colors definitely play a very, very major role. So usually when I go, I see that people have started making their home as a kindergarten school kind of a thing. One wall red, one yellow, one blue, somewhere orange, somewhere. I feel so like, seriously, like how people do these things. The
That's the
house.
trend, Kaji. Sorry to
That's the trend. But see, that trend is really, hurting people in many ways. So, when you enter a house, you don't feel like that you entering a house. You feel that you are entering a kindergarten school. Right. So, such a like, or sometimes, people do like in a room also, they will do two, three colors. You sometimes feel that, you looking at a clown. Like, filled with colors, like a clown face, it is filled with so many colors. Sometimes they make the house, this is really wrong, very, very wrong, because see, everything has energy. So it's better to always keep the very light colors, very, very light colors. If you want to put, then please don't put the colors like one wall blue, one red, one orange, one green. Don't do that. Never do that thing, because every color plays a very major role. I usually don't suggest any kind of constructional changes. Through the colors only, I can balance the energies just by the colors. And once you remove the colors, you can feel that happiness in the house. One family whom I did the vastu, the family is like super rich, right? And then they were having such a bad relation with their children, very bad relation with the children. Like they were having 4 children, and then like they don't listen to them, they don't talk to them, they only talk to the parents when they need the money, that's it. And they are also doing good in their life, and they does not want like their parents to interfere, nothing. And that couple was all alone in such a huge house. So what was the thing? All over the place, very dark red color, very, very dark red color, maroon color, red color, and then brown color. The brown color denotes Rahu, and whenever you use this brown color, it can really shuffle your life.
Oh my God.
So
Okay.
never use brown color in the house or in the office. The person, as soon as get into the Rahu, Mahadasha, Antardasha, or any of the subsub periods of Rahu, this brown color can really bring lots of bad energy or negative energy or inauspicious energy. Never do brown color anywhere in the house. So we removed those colors. I suggested them to remove those colors, and then I asked them to do certain different type of colors over there. And then everything is so good from past 6 7 years, so good. They are sharing such a good bonding and everything. So colors plays a very major role. Please make your home a home, not a kindergarten school.
Okay.
And
That,
moreover, see, the dark colors also obstruct the natural light, because if the room has dark colors, first of all, the room will look smaller. The second thing, the sunlight gets obstructed, right? And sunlight is very much important. Why we are on planet Earth? Because just because of the appropriate distance with the sun, right? No other planet on this in this universe has that best distance with the sun. So that is why. So let the sunlight enter your house. Let the life enter your house. And so that it can enter into your subconscious also.
awesome. Thank you, Deepika ji. So, Deepika ji, as we are talking about elders, how to decorate the elders' room or what to keep in the elders' room, I suddenly remembered, like, sometimes we see they keep ancestors pictures, like people
Hmm.
who are
Hmm.
actually passed away, they're not no more. So,
Hmm.
direction do you suggest they keep those pictures on the wall?
First of all, don't keep ancestors' pictures. I have seen sometimes people keep them in their mandir also.
Yeah,
So don't
yeah.
keep ancestors' pictures. No, it is a big Vastu dosha because your ancestors are not God, right? Your ancestors are something, you are carrying that lineage, and you should feel that wherever they have gone in their next birth, they should be happy, they should be contented. That's why in India, we do this sharad thing, right? We donate things to the priest, or we offer food to the crows, that we feel that we are doing something for our ancestors, right? And ancestors are something, we are carrying that lineage, so we should definitely offer those things. We can one time definitely do a scientific show on this Shraddh also. Sometimes people say that you feeding here, how can you know that they getting there? So this is not scientific. So I can make this point clear through the energy level, that how this is scientific also. So the Sharad is the thing that we do. So never keep them in your temple because they are not God. So don't disrespect any of the energies. The second thing is always keep them in the southwest. That is the best way to worship your ancestors. And then everybody in the family will feel also that they are getting the positive vibes and they are getting the blessings of the ancestors. And especially if somebody has the Pitra dosha in their horoscope, always keep the ancestors' pictures in the southwest.
So, Deepika ji, we talked about the picture, the direction they should live, like, try to spend more time. So, I've seen like some people, even though, I mean, they're older, still they like to write or, do the diary like that. So, they keep the furniture like a table and a chair or the bookshelf. So, which directions do you suggest for these furnitures in their room?
See, they can definitely keep them either in the northeast or the southwest direction because they are the best directions for them. So they can keep over there to if they want to write. And if I talk about the furniture color, that is not the concern of us to at all.
What about the clock, Deepika ji? Like, which direction is the best, do you think, for them?
Clock should always be put either in the eastern side or the northern side. So these two directions. So in the room also just see which is the northern wall or the eastern wall, and we can put the clock over there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Deepika ji, for being so patient with us and answering all kind of questions and
Thank you.
explaining us in such a way we all are able to understand so well. So once again, thank you for coming to our show. So viewers, if you would like to reach out to Deepika ji for further consultation, you can reach out to Om Holistic Healing at 732-979-2080. Next week, we'll be coming back with another interesting topic on Vastu and Graha Sastra. This is Varna signing off. You're watching Telugu Prajala Manasakshi, Sakshi TV. Namaste.